Antarctica, Land of the Penguins. Written and photographed by Jonathan and Angela Scott.
What is Antarctica? Antarctica is that magical land at the far south of the world. It's so wild and beautiful that it's hard to describe what it feels like to be there. It is the coldest, windiest place on Earth, with temperatures as low as -89 degrees centigrade, -129 degrees Fahrenheit. The Southern Ocean that surrounds it has larger waves and stronger winds than anywhere else on Earth. It seems hard to believe that anything could live in such a place. However, one kind of bird survives there in large numbers: the penguin. Antarctica is made up of the Antarctic mainland and the islands around it. The mainland is a huge rocky land covered with snow and ice. It was the last place on Earth to be explored, and no humans make it their home. How the Arctic and the Antarctic are different. The Arctic includes the North Pole. No land, only ice floating on water. Polar bears and seals live there, but no penguins. The Antarctic includes the South Pole, a land covered in ice. Penguins and seals live there, but no polar bears. The Antarctic mainland is enormous. It is 58 times larger than the United Kingdom. In winter, it doubles in size as the sea around it freezes. Most creatures can't survive inland during the winter. Some live on the coasts, which are warmer, but most move further north to escape the extreme cold. The emperor penguin is one of the few creatures which can cope during these dark and freezing months. The area of the Antarctic nearly doubles in size in winter. A land of snow. If you dug down 100 meters into the snow, you would find snow that fell 1,000 years ago. This snow has been pressed down and changed into ice. Over thousands of years, the ice has built up into sheets that are over 3 kilometers thick. Some of this ice is 500,000 years old. Buried far beneath the snow and ice, there is land. "70% of the world's fresh water is trapped as Antarctic ice. In places, mountains poke through the ice. Glaciers. Some of the ice that covers Antarctica is sliding very slowly downhill towards the sea in rivers. These rivers of ice are called glaciers. Where the glaciers meet the sea, they form a wall of ice. Antarctica's fastest-moving glacier is the Shiraz Glacier. It moves 2 kilometers a year. The Beardmore Glacier moves just 1 meter a year. Icebergs. At the coast, the peaceful stillness is sometimes shattered as huge chunks of ice break off from the glaciers and float out to sea. These are icebergs. Most of an iceberg is hidden beneath the water. Icebergs are as hard as rock and can sink a ship. Long days and nights. The sun never rises during the Antarctic winter, and in summer it never sets. This is because Antarctica is so close to the South Pole. Exactly the same thing happens at the North Pole too. A place without trees. There are no trees in Antarctica, only mosses, lichens, and 2 kinds of flowering plants. These grow mostly near the sea and on islands such as South Georgia. These lichens on a cliff are among the few plants found in Antarctica. Penguins. Different kinds of penguin. The best loved of all Antarctic birds are the penguins. They look like people in black suits and white shirts. They aren't afraid of visitors and often walk right up to have a look at them. There are many different kinds of penguin in the world. 7 of these kinds live in Antarctica. Emperor penguins are the largest kind of penguin, and they weigh up to 40 kilograms. They would come up to a man's waist. Five kinds of penguin live on the islands in the vast ocean surrounding the Antarctic mainland. South Georgia is one of these islands. The scenery is spectacular, with snow-covered mountains and glaciers. Huge colonies of king penguins live there. King penguins are almost as big as emperor penguins, but are more brightly coloured. Emperor and Adelie penguins live in large colonies on the Antarctic mainland. However, only emperor penguins can survive here in the extreme cold of winter. Adelie penguins move north onto the ice-covered sea. How penguins survive. Great swimmers. Penguins can't fly, and they look clumsy and helpless on land, but in the sea, it's another story. Their wings have become flippers to help them swim. In fact, penguins are such good swimmers that they seem to fly through the water. Penguins have to be great swimmers and divers, as they get all of their food from the sea. There is nothing for them to eat on land. King penguins can dive as deep as 240 metres in search of squid and fish. The smaller penguins, such as Adelie, chinstrap, macaroni and gentoo, feed mainly on krill, which are tiny creatures like shrimps. Keeping warm. Penguins have feathers to keep them warm, just like a duvet keeps you warm in bed. They also have a thick layer of fat beneath their skin for the same reason. This fat layer is called blubber. Whales and seals also have blubber to keep them warm. Enemies of the penguin. One reason why penguins don't need to fly is because in Antarctica there are no land animals to kill them. That doesn't mean they don't have enemies. When penguins go into the sea, they are in danger from their greatest enemy, the leopard seal. They can also be killed and eaten by fur seals and killer whales, also called orcas. Seabirds like skuas and giant petrels try to steal their eggs and kill their chicks. King penguins chase away a fur seal. A skua eats a dead penguin. In the past, explorers and hunters have also been among the penguins' biggest enemies. They found penguins easy to kill for food, and they also collected their eggs. Baby penguins. Penguins lay eggs. Most penguins come back to the same nest every year. They defend their nest from other birds by pecking, kicking and hitting with their stumpy little wings. Gentoo, chinstrap and Adelie penguins use small stones or pebbles to make their nests, and will try to steal stones from each other's nests. Adults feed their chicks with food they have already eaten. These Gentoo, rockhopper and chinstrap chicks are trying to get their parents to give them food. Both penguin parents work together to bring up their babies. They take turns keeping their eggs warm, looking after the nest and feeding the chicks. When one of the parents comes back from a feeding trip, it greets the other noisily at the nest. Then they change places. This is a dangerous time, as leaving the eggs or young chicks alone for a moment can let a skua nip in to steal them. King penguins lay only one egg. They don't build a nest for it. Instead, they balance it on top of their feet so that it doesn't touch the ground. A special flap of skin on the penguin's tummy, called a brood pouch, covers the egg and keeps the cold out. A newborn chick huddles inside its parent's brood pouch. It takes a year for the young king penguin to grow its adult feathers. Until this happens, the chick is covered in a thick brown coat of downy feathers. Antarctic Animals. There are other animals in Antarctica besides penguins. Seals. There are 6 kinds of seal found in the seas around Antarctica. The most strangely named is the crab-eater seal. These don't actually eat crabs. Instead, they feed mainly on krill. They rarely come to land, spending their whole lives at sea or lying on icebergs, trying to avoid the leopard seals and killer whales that hunt them. Crab-eater seals are resting on the ice. Fur seals used to be killed for their fur coats and oil. They are very fast swimmers, and at times they leap clear of the water so they can travel even faster. Other Antarctic seals include the huge elephant seal, the beautiful Weddell seal, and the penguin's worst enemy, the leopard seal. An elephant seal roars. A Weddell seal enjoys a rest. Whales. Whales aren't fish. They are mammals like us. They give birth to live babies which feed on their mother's milk. They are the biggest mammals in the world. A blue whale can weigh over 100 tons. Many whales spend the summer in Antarctica feasting on the huge swarms of krill. Most kinds of whale do not kill seals or penguins, but killer whales do. They are clever hunters and can even kill other whales. A humpback whale dives. Killer whales hunt in groups called pods. The White Continent. Nobody owns Antarctica. It belongs to everybody, including you. One day, you may be lucky enough to visit Antarctica yourself. Then you will have a chance to see the penguins, those very special birds who survive in the coldest land on Earth.